Hello, and don't worry, today is going to be a great day. So I hope you enjoyed the little clip of the bird in their nest. It's been a while since I posted a vlog. My last semester of college was pretty hectic, and I had like 7 giant projects that I had to work on throughout the semester, and because of that I really needed a break after I graduated. If you look back, I did try and do a graduation make blitz that end of the semester, and because of all the stress of the semester and the fact that I hadn't been making videos before then and was out of practice, I just didn't end up finishing it, and I got really busy after that as well. My entire summer has been like oddly busy. A bunch of random things have happened that have pulled me away from the house, so it's been very hard for me to kind of get back into the swing of things in terms of making videos and of writing. But I've been working on my read-through of my first draft, so that was a little bit easier to work on since all I needed was an hour or 2 here or there. Because of that, I ended up making a lot of progress on my read-through over the course of the summer. Of course, it's not as much as I wanted it to be, but like I said, I had troubles getting back into a routine where I was consistently working on my writing. I also tried to do a Blitz 2.0, and again, that's just not how my brain functions. When I come from not uploading anything at all, I can't just like magically switch this on to doing a video every day. I just bit off way more than I could chew, and I should have known that I wasn't going to be able to do a blitz without leading up to it, but it's a day of motivation. I get suddenly really motivated to do something, and then I get halfway there before the day is over, and then motivation's gone that next day. So yeah, it's been a while since I was really able to update you guys. I did have a little bit of an update last week when I posted my graduation video, but it wasn't really on my writing and what I've been doing. So I'm going to circle back around to exactly where I am now. I did work through chapters while I was gone. One issue I ran into, though, was that my subscription for Microsoft Office lapsed because it was tied to my school account. Because of that, my Milwordy update is not completely accurate. I finally bought a subscription for Microsoft Office for myself and have been able to start updating that, but I know there's a few things I missed, so I'd rather give a proper update on that in the next vlog when I have a chance to find everything and put it in. It's just not going to be fully accurate now, though. I know I probably missed a few things. Additionally, I was doing my journal entries on my phone at one point just because I forgot to bring my journal upstairs and was so tired I didn't want to go down to get it. I was transcribing that into my journal. I know there were voice-to-text issues in terms of accuracy, and because of that, what I was trying to say wasn't always translated or transcribed properly. So I know there was accuracy issues with those. And additionally, I know in the last entry from my phone, I accidentally deleted like a line and a half of text and have no idea what I had said. So Milwordy is just not going to be completely accurate, but I'm going to try and make it as accurate as possible. I think it's close enough considering where I am. And like I said, I will give a proper update to Milwordy in the next vlog. My biggest source of stress towards the beginning of this gap was obviously school, which is pretty self-explanatory. I had a bunch of things due all at the same time. Additionally, in that final semester, we had some health issues with my grandmother, and my sister and I would help out with her because she wasn't herself anymore. So we would go over and stay once a week, overnight, to kind of watch her because she couldn't really be on her own anymore. I really don't want to go into detail just for privacy reasons, but she ended up getting worse, and my sister and I were there when she did get worse. So that was a lot of stress. I was working on stuff while I was there, and after that I kind of needed a second break just to relax from all that. My sister and I went pet sitting a lot this summer, including chicken sitting for my cousin. I found that when I was at other people's houses, I had a really hard time concentrating on work. Additionally, I was essentially locked in their house with my sister, so we would end up just watching stuff all day instead. I didn't end up getting a lot of work done during those times. Like I mentioned, I did end up planning my family vacation this year, and it took so much longer than it should have been, so much longer than I expected it to, mostly because we kind of planned it very last minute. We were booking hotels like 2 weeks out, so there was extremely limited availability. We just really needed time away from the house and time to relax, so I'm really glad we ended up going on vacation, even if it was very last minute. But a little halfway through, my grandmother did end up passing away. We cut our vacation short, obviously. We did end up staying an extra night because there wasn't really anything we could do by going home right away, which I think ended up being good for me because I had a chance to get my mind off of it. Her funeral ended up being about a week later, and it ended up being split into 2 days because of the scheduling conflicts. Funerals aren't really the way I like to grieve, and because of that, the funeral was very difficult. Because of everything going on in summer and my mom's work schedule, I really didn't have a chance to do a graduation party till late summer, but by then I felt weird about doing it, so I tried to have it in September as like a I would have gone back to school thing, but we couldn't really find a weekend in September either, So we ended up doing it the first weekend in October, and I had it like a death to school theme. I actually ended up getting a lot of motivation from my party because, obviously my family came over and asked me what I was going to do now. And I had to sit there and tell them, oh, I'm trying to be a full-time author right now. With some family members needs more justification than just, this is what I'd like to do. I ended up having a long conversation with one of my aunts and one of my uncles about writing and about my plan for actually making money on it. My aunt is the type of person who believes you should be working 80 hours a week when you're young, save up all your money, and then be able to buy something nice with it. She's very concerned when I tell her that I want to do writing full-time right now, and I appreciate her concern. I know it's very difficult to make money from writing, but I also know that I tend to be a risk-adverse person, which in the business world is not usually a good thing, and I know that now is the time I will be most comfortable and most likely to take said risk of jumping in and writing full-time. I am very lucky and very privileged to have a family that still supports me. I have not moved out, and so I have the least amount to lose. I would like to take advantage of that and actually write full-time now to get my book out faster, to determine my timeline in terms of when I'm gonna make enough to live on my own. And that has proved to be really good motivation so far. So as of filming this, I have finished reading through the last chapter of my book. You are currently watching the last chapter. The notes in my last 2 chapters ended up being much longer than my other chapters, mostly because I kept finding or thinking of certain things that I could piece together and tie into other parts of the book in order to make the ending feel more significant. The last chapter, I actually really liked how it turned out. I was afraid that it wouldn't really make sense anymore now that I had read through the rest of the book again. Keep in mind, it took me a while to finish the book, and I started the first couple chapters years ago. So many things had changed that by the time I got to the end, I thought it wasn't going to feel like it belonged to the same book as the beginning. And while the beginning does need to change a lot to kind of fit each other more, I have a really good idea of what I need to do for that now, which just makes me feel really nice that I have an actual attack plan. I actually know what I need to do. So looking to the future, I think I'm ready to go back to my regularly scheduled programming, which will include art videos every other Friday, with alternating vlogs on Wednesdays. I do plan on doing NaNoWriMo this year. For NaNoWriMo, so just in the month of November, I will be putting out a vlog every Wednesday. Also for NaNoWriMo, I plan to have daily word count updates on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And finally, I am trying to plan a late night Halloween stream where I'll probably write something spooky or tell a ghost story or something closer to midnight my time, and then be able to do the first sprint or 2 for NaNoWriMo right after midnight. So I will update you more on that in next video. So this video is almost done. I think I've talked about everything I wanted to talk about. You're just gonna see the end of chapter 19, so I'll show you the ending word count for that, and then my little treat for finishing my last chapter. that's going to be it. And for now, a smiley farewell. And always remember, nothing is ever only one thing.